Hey, so I mean, it's okay to have needs, because I have needs too. But I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, that it's not you, it's me. Um, Now I'm gonna just be honest, man. I mean, it's really you. We both have needs, but you just end up being a little bit more needier than me, and so I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like in another world, in an alternate universe, you know what I'm saying, like I feel like we would work well. Um, but to be honest, like in this universe right now, in this present moment, in this present time, while you are a great person that has a lot to contribute to society, I just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, like the contributions need to keep happening in my life right now. Hey, we can still be prayer partners, but just send it to my Facebook Messenger. You like just don't, use my phone no more. I'm gonna pray for you right now. I know you probably hurt, but this too shall pass. I'm just letting you know, like there's something out there better for you. It's just not me. I'm jacked up, messed up. I got the T-shirt. I'm deeply loved, but I'm also jacked up too. I'm a mess. So I'm just letting you know. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna leave. What's up, world? This is your boy E, and today I want to talk to you about 7 reasons why relationships fail. Man, to be honest, like relationships can be really tough sometimes, and sometimes it can be really good. Sometimes we can have great times, sometimes we can have bad times. But when we look at relationships, specifically romantic relationships, and why they fail, here are the top reasons. Number one, the first reason relationships fail is selfishness. Let's just be honest. We both have needs, we both have wants, we both have dreams, we both have expectations. And sometimes those things can get out of control. And we want what we want when we want it. And when we feel like we're being denied what we want, then that causes conflict with the other person. And sometimes that conflict can be too much to overcome. So that's number one. Number two, other people. And this is a big one because, people, they have your best interest at heart and sometimes they don't. But, if you really have good people around you, majority of the times they do. And they mean well, but it doesn't always translate well. Like, your mama want to say something, your auntie want to say something, your cousin want to say something. And you have all these people speaking into the relationship. And then you take what they said into your relationship and then ends up causing more problems. And because you end up living for other people's opinions instead of really focusing on what you guys are communicating and what you guys need to do that's best for you, that relationships end up failing. So I'm just telling you, watch out for other people's opinions because sometimes they can do more harm than good when it comes to relationships. And obviously, there are some good opinions, right? There's some good wisdom that you can gain from people. So you still want to have a listening ear, but ultimately you got to make the decision what's best for you and your partner in that relationship. The third reason I would say is bad vibes. Have you ever just been, especially like in an early relationship, like when you're dating somebody and you just get this weird vibe about somebody that it's not clicking, it's not right. I'll never forget, man. I went on a date one time, and this was the first date, and this woman started getting all mystical on me. She was like, "You smell the air? I just feel like there's a spirit just in the air, just do you smell that? We're in Walmart. What are you talking about?" Like, ladies, if you got a guy that you're on a date with and he just starts, giving off this weird vibe, like he may say something like, "Hey babe, I really enjoy our time together, and one of the things I enjoy most is just kind of smelling you, like it reminds me of my mom." And actually, I was going to talk to you about that because, like, my mom, she would wear, like, this perfume called White Diamonds, right? And so, like, what I'm saying? Like, when she put that on, it just really smelled nice. And I just feel like, if you were to wear, I actually got some white diamonds right now. If you actually just, put that on, I just feel like I would just be in a more happy place and that would really speak love to me. And so, I just wanted to let you know that because, I care about you. Yeah, if you say something like that, ladies, that's a bad vibe. There's several bad vibes that are out there. The fourth thing I would say is bad timing. Timing makes a difference in a relationship, whether you have a good relationship or if you have a bad relationship. Like, for example, I mean, if you are in grad school and you taking, 18 hours or something, something ridiculous, you're working, like, it may not be the best time for you to be in a relationship. And sometimes you can want a relationship and you can try to date somebody and you wonder how come you guys keep misfiring on different things. And it's because it's just not the right time. It's not the right time. And so sometimes that happens where the timing is off, and as a result of the timing being off, the relationship fails. Number 5, the reason why some relationships fail is baggage. Sometimes we don't take the time to unpack baggage, and then we bring that baggage into a relationship, and then that baggage ends up breaking the relationship. And so if you haven't taken time to really just work through past hurts, if you haven't really taken the time to work through broken relationships, if you haven't taken the time to even just do a self-assessment and see, man, where am I at? Like, I mean, where am I growing? Like, what do I need to improve on? Stuff like that. How do I communicate? Let me just ask my friends, is there anything they think I need to work on, so that you can become a better person and really bring that into a relationship? Then when you get into that relationship and you haven't done the work of sorting through your baggage, then that can end up causing the relationship to end. And that happens a lot because people don't recognize that. They think that this person is going to be better than their boyfriend, or better than their girlfriend, and then they get disappointed, and that ends up ruining the relationship. So working through baggage is super important. The 6th thing I would say is bad communication. What you don't talk about owns you. We've heard that before, and it's true. And it can own the relationship, because you can be so mad about something and you're thinking that the other person should understand what you're mad about, but you haven't really explicitly said that thing that you're upset about, and that can ruin relationships. So you have to watch out for communicating and making sure that you're communicating in a healthy way, in a way that is understandable. Ladies, you got to make it plain for guys. Don't expect guys to just get it. They're not going to just get it. You have to say, hey, the reason I'm having a problem with you is because you don't pay attention to me. Like, you just don't. I mean, you've been on your phone the last 5 hours and you haven't said one thing to me. Like, guys needed to be put in plain language, okay? Like, if we just like, hey, and we ask you how you're doing, and you're like, fine. We can be like, okay, we're going to go straight back to our video game. You know what I'm saying? You said fine. Okay, you said fine. But obviously, you didn't really mean fine, but you said fine. So just tell us how you feel. Just tell us how you really feel in that situation. And fellas, I mean, we got to be better about communicating our emotions and what we experience. Sometimes we want to act like we tough, don't nothing bother us, and it's just really building up inside, and then we get frustrated, and then we bring that frustration to the relationship, and the next thing you know, there's conflict. And when conflict happens and there's unresolved conflict, then the relationship ends up ending. So you just got to watch out, man, for your communication on that. The 7th thing, and if you made it to the 7th thing, then I just want to give you a thumbs up right now, because you're a trooper. I appreciate you for sticking on. But the 7th thing that I would say can ruin relationships is a shallow foundation. What are you building the relationship on? Because what you build the relationship on will either sustain the relationship or will either eventually allow the relationship to crumble. Your foundation is important. For example, if you're building your relational foundation on how great the sex is, sorry, that's not a good foundation, because eventually, if you start having problems, you're not going to be having that much sex, and then that will end up ruining the relationship. If you're building the relationship on how great your chemistry is, that's a good thing to have some things in common, but that's not going to be the thing that sustains you long term, because sometimes you're not going to have that chemistry. So what are you building your foundation on? For me, I think it's important to build a foundation on the Bible, build it on Christ, build it on things that are eternal, not things that are temporal. Because when you have something like that you're building it on, then that's foolproof. It says in Ecclesiastes that a 3-strand cord is not easily broken. And I think that's important because it really shows you the strength of when you have the right foundation, when you have the right elements to make a relationship last. That if it's you and that person, and you're connected to community, you have other people that are supporting you, and you have God in the center of that relationship, then that will help that relationship last. If it's just about you and that person, and there's nothing else that you have to build that foundation and help that relationship last and go the distance, then ultimately that foundation will crumble. Anyway, all that to say that you have to be careful about what you do in relationships and know the problems that can cause a relationship to fail. So if you like this video, feel free to like it, share it, and subscribe to it. And also, if you think there's some more things that I may not have talked about that can help a relationship fail, then feel free to drop that in the comments as well. So thank you so much for watching this, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Peace.